need to hit the scoreboard here, Melbourne. They're on the ropes a little.
It has been a feast like we have never seen before here, and it could be the last supper for Melbourne. 186 points.
A massive 148-point victory. Essendon's second greatest winning margin ever against anyone in their 117-year history. Words being directed towards the players there as they leave the ground. And this is not a great sight.
At the end of the game, I heard some boos coming off the ground, and I remember turning to one of my teammates at the time and saying, I can't remember the umpires being that bad. And I soon realised as we got closer to the race that they were actually booing us.
I think Roosie probably summed it up the best when he spoke about the veil of negativity. You know, that was how the club was, how you felt internally as a footy club. You know, they were waiting for you to lose.
It was diabolical for the Melbourne Footy Club today.
Ingrained pessimism amongst our fans where they're just so used to the worst happening.
Everyone kept looking at the negatives.
We haven't been good for decades and probably not changing anytime soon.
Roosie came in as our head coach and said, we need to do a complete rebuild. Heads up, we're not going to win a game probably for a couple of years. It was quite confronting.
Well, the torture will go on.
Melbourne had everything to play for to secure a finals berth. They couldn't get the job done.
It's a very disappointing finish to what's been a very good year. You get into a prelim final, you don't do that by accident. Oh, no! And when they had the opportunity, they couldn't take it.
At the end of 2019, you know, the game had got hold of me a little bit. You know, I'd become a bit of a recluse, become stressed and anxious about the industry, and, you know, had to go away and do some work on myself to make sure I had the energy and the love of the game that I needed to coach the team.
We got really close, myself and Goody. He moved down the coast, I moved down the coast. We spoke about what we wanted to change the club to be, the legacy of Gawn and Goodwin as leaders of this club. And under all this time, I'd completely forgotten that he's out of contract and almost the most under pressure coach in the AFL.
I was incredibly aware of the pressure externally for the position that I was in and then where the club was at.
He was able to park that and put Melbourne Demons first and what this playing group wanted first. Every year, every club, you do a cultural session at the start of the year and work out what your trademark's going to be, work out why you want to play football and how your team's going to win the flag. Something needed to be different about this one. We needed to introduce like a different stimulus. From 7 till like 9 p.m. over dinner at Settlers Run, we just had this open-ended chat where everyone was talking. There was certainly one point that got brought up by Aaron Vandenberg about how we spoke to each other professionally. For example, if you take Jake Lever, we used to say this thing like, oh, he took 10 intercept marks. And then someone would come over the top and go, yeah, but he didn't play on anyone. And bang, we brought him from, he's at the pinnacle, he's at the highest point of his career, like just taking 10 marks on the MCG, and we brought him down here straight away by doing a carefree little laugh in the change rooms. So if we're able to change that and just change how we spoke to each other professionally, we felt like that might be able to keep Jake Lever at a high for 5 weeks. He might be able to ride this high that he just got himself on for as long as possible.
We all sort of walked away thinking, geez, like that's a pretty powerful commitment we've just made to each other as a group. That was the meeting where we sort of laid it all out there and said, you know, how is this group going to be remembered?
Kasai Pickett, look at the moves, look at the twist, look at the turn, Cozzy!
Fritsch is the target. Is it going to get there? Fritsch flies, big grab. It's a contender.
Simon Goodwin was under immense pressure before the season. Tonight, he finds the Demons 4-zip, undefeated, off-field. There was a little bit of drama. Kate Rothey will become the club's first female president.
Yeah, so I've been on the board for 9 years. We'd had a few turbulent years on and off the field. I think really for me it was about a sense of calmness. I'm a very calm person. It was like, stay calm, everyone, we have to stay the course.
You know, she really brought some real energy and alignment to our building. She had enormous belief in my ability, and I could feel that from her. She made me feel valued for what I was producing for the team.
Petracca, Goldwood, and he's done it. Huge night for Melbourne. They are 9-0 for the first time since 1956. And Melbourne are minor premiers. The excitement, the energy, the expectation, this could be the year. And the Demons move a step closer to a grand new flag. Melbourne into its first grand final in 21 long years.
Can a legion of Demons end a 57-year drought? It all starts now.
Petracca within range off a step. Christian goes, bang! First in the grand final, D's.
They're out everywhere here, Melbourne. Short pass from half. Barney Williams has copped it up badly. Bailey Fringe is going to get the goal on the back of it. And that feels like a grand final moment.
And that'll get to quarter time. Melbourne dominant through the early exchanges.
First quarter felt really comfortable. It felt like a normal game of football. Then the grand final aspect kicked in when we got challenged.
Treloar with a snap. Perfect start, Goss.
Back to Treloar. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. Norton front, snaps and goals. And the Bulldogs have kicked 3 in 4 minutes and turned the grand final on its head.
I think the first 5 entries, the Dogs kicked 4 goals and they were in front. And you sort of went, wow, that happened pretty quick.
What a turn from the Doggies.
Marcus Bontempelli has just turned in one of the great quarters in grand final history.
I remember getting it at half-time, and I can't remember throughout that year seeing our group at a break more flat.
Stephen May comes in furious, wants to knock someone out.
I remember majority of the players being really quiet and the leaders being over the top loud. So I started to sense this panic, that sense of calmness which had got us so far. I felt like we're starting to slip away from us a little bit.
What I loved was Gawny and Goody in particular said, we're all in this, we all are feeling this feeling, but we're going to have a meeting in a minute and you just need to park it all. And if you take any negativity forward, we're going to lose this game.
You put a smile on your face because you worked your ass off, believe in the fitness you got. We're ready to go. Where we go? Come on.
Long ball. Joe Allison. Enormous grab for 4 in a row. Oh, it's a big play. That is massive. Back to Smith, who's going to run into trouble. Just got to put boot to ball. Norton. Things are just falling now for the Dogs.
Yeah, we're feeling under pressure. There's no question. We'd absorbed a lot of pressure at that point. Everyone was nervous. I'm sure our supporters were nervous.
He sends the chance to get through. Bontempelli! Simply the Bont! He's kicked his 3rd!
When they hit 19 points up, I thought, we need to get the next one. We're probably 1 goal away from this game starting to slip away.
It's actually difficult to see the D's getting back into this. It's going to take an extraordinary effort.
Oh, dear.
They need some ball. Goodwin had his head ricocheted to the hard surface. Daniel and Goliath.
I was thinking, if our captain's getting thrown to the ground by a 5'6" player, I don't know, we're probably screwed here.
Everyone thinks it's a turning point. I think the moment came not long after, about a minute after.
It took 1 stoppage, and 1 stoppage only, to change the momentum of the game.
Jackson to the front. Viney went without. Through came Smith. Harms now. Long one into space. Fritsch in the best position possible.
Jack Viney's effort just to get the ball to spill at that contest and stoppage, I thought was a pivotal moment.
James Harmes did something special out of a forward stoppage and kicked the best kick of his career to Bailey Fritz.
Fritz, as he steered it through, he has. So there's a massive moment for Melbourne.
And then from there, literally, we just went bang.
They need the next one or the one after, even 2 out of the 3. Oliver, here they come. Petracca, long ball, Fritz over the back, recovers and goals. He kicks it. Fritz is crowd's gone mad.
Could be a crucial stage. Jackson to Petracca, spins out of trouble, loads it inside, attacking 50. Brown's best place to go the back. They have wrestled back momentum.
How quickly it changes.
Melbourne won the last 6 clearances, and it's coincided with Max Gawn drifting forward and Jackson's taken the ruck work.
Just consider Jacko in the ruck a bit more too, mate. Just give him a little bit more. Gawn is on the bench now. So when you go on, give us 4 or 5 minutes real good ruck, and then see if you get Doggo, like Doggo's ground ball stuff is going all right. So it's the perfect match up for Steph.
It typified how far we'd come as a team and a group, that you got your captain who's an All-Australian ruckman prepared to let a young 19-year-old continue the momentum of the game.
Brayshaw needs to attack this footy. Does Norton, barrels into him. Howie flicks it over the top. Angus Brayshaw back with the fly.
He stood up, Brayshaw. He's playing his best game for the season in a grand final.
You speak about momentum. Those little things make you feel good about yourself. You feel like, I want to do that. I want to go do that now. You know, I'm looking at my teammate doing that. Why can't I?
High ball inside. Petracca goes for the... Christian Petracca! Brilliant!
I remember walking back to the centre square. I've never felt like that before in terms of just being so present and in the moment. I've looked back in terms of like the vision, and just my eyes just look freaking nuts, and just felt so in the zone.
Petracca and Bonampelli going head to head. Here he is to Oliver again. This one will be a big one. Sparrow to make it a 3-goal, 3-point game. He's got it.
That last 40 seconds, I've never seen anything like that in my entire life.
Here we go again. Jackson. There's 25 seconds on the clock to Oliver to make it 7 in a row for the Demons. They'll be going off their chops, the Melbourne supporters all around the country. Oliver nails it, 7 in a row. Oh boy, the Demons are out by 4 goals.
I'll never forget the energy that was in that stadium at that point. That's as electric a feeling of footy that I've ever felt.
Hey boys, just okay, boys, 2 deep breaths. Just calm ourselves down, eh? Let's calm ourselves down. That was a brilliant finish, but I need to be really clear, okay? Because momentum can swing really quickly.
The energy in that 3/4 time huddle off the back of those 3 goals was just insane.
All year, all we've spoken about is being true to us. Let's go! True to who we are, who Melbourne is. You go out there and you play your...
He loops at the 50, sets it up for Big Ben Brown.
Goal umpire has not even moved. They're drowning in goals.
They get whatever they want, the Demons. They got the keys to the city of Perth tonight.
There's no purer example of momentum than that last quarter. It was a magical feeling. Magical feeling.
The head of the ball is stagnant. There you go. Petracca strips it. And look at the vision of Christian Petracca. He has been supreme.
31 on his back, worn by Barassi. Today it's worn by Fritz, who kicks 6.
Taylor Duray went off with a blood brawl with about 6 minutes left, and Stephen May was telling me to sit up in defence, and I just told him to shut up and smile. And he, bad person to say that to, and same as Jack Viney was next to him, because they both absolutely abused me for 30 seconds straight.
Oh my. After 57 long years, the Demons are premiers in 2021.
So grateful you came to the footy club, mate. So grateful.
You know, hugging the players, hugging Simon, I think that photo's been around the traps about 5,000 times, but, you know, that's the raw emotion that you feel.
Oh, okay. Who would have thought? I would have thought, mate, where could we have been at the start of the year compared to now?
Siren went, one of the ladies from the AFL came up to me and said, "You've won the Norm Smith." And when Basil was speaking, I kept walking forward and waiting for him to call my name, and no one knew that I got told I was winning. So everyone's like, "Why are you walking forward, mate? Like, do you think you've won it?"
57 years is a long, long time. It's double as long as I've been alive on this planet. So for people to be waiting that long, to have an impact on them in such a positive way felt really special.
It's awesome to know that all the young supporters and fans who have been embarrassed to wear their jumpers to school footy days can now go to school and brag to their mates that, you know, their team's the best team.
It took 5 or 6 years to build the foundations to get the momentum, and when we've got it as a footy club, it's a really powerful thing because you get a whole wave of people believing in what's possible.